Hi. Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Just before this is being recorded, before I review AEW Dynamite for June 20th, 21st. I can't believe it's already June. Time definitely goes by when you're like when you're growing up, you know. So the ratings has come out for AEW Collision, and the rating or the viewership was 816,000 viewers. Not even a one, people. Well, you know, CM Punk, you know, he definitely draws ratings and shit, right, guys? I'm not saying that CM Punk is not a draw. Like, they would, if like CM Punk wasn't announced, the show would have probably got like a 6. Let's be honest here, a 6 or a 5. You know? Maybe CM Punk did bring up a little bit. Again, let's be honest here. Again, when people say CM Punk is a draw, I'm not saying he's not a draw, but he's only a draw to basically smarky wrestling fans. He's not like this big draw as like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, you know, Brock Lesnar. He's not like a draw like those people, okay? And let's be fucking honest here. You're not going to get a lot of people watching wrestling nowadays when freaking, you know, when wrestling's not as popular as it used to be. People like to say it's the great time to be a wrestling fan. That's just a bunch of BS. It's not true. It's not a great time to be a wrestling fan when literally wrestling popularity is going down the toilet. Only people who pretend that wrestling is so great are just a bunch of smarks. They like smarky indie bullshit, whatever. And that's what that's the only amount of people that are watching AEW and that are basically watching Collision. Okay? So Collision got basically the same amount of viewership as they did usually for a Wednesday. You know, and people say, you know, for a Saturday night, you know, that's actually not bad. That's actually pretty good for a Saturday night in summertime. Stop with the excuses. Stop with the excuses. You Smarks are making so many excuses. Like, let's be honest here. If WWE was to get this fucking rating, people would make fun of it, for fuck's sakes. People make fun when SmackDown would be forced to be on FS1, Fox Sports, and they would basically get the same amount of viewership because of this. But, you know, let's make fun. Let's fucking, you know, let's praise Collision. Because, you know, it's AEW and we're a bunch of weird, smarky wrestling fans, you know, fat neckbearded mongoloids that pretend like, because we gotta defend our hero CM Punk, whatever. Again, I'm not saying I don't like CM Punk, but again, I like Punk. I do think, like, he is needed in AEW if they want any sort of, like, some sort of, like, you know, cool thing. Even though, like, CM Punk, he's not, like, the coolest person. You know, he is two-faced. He is pretty hypocritical. But, you know, he is, like or not, like, you know, a person that does bring in some interest in AEW. But he didn't bring that much. You know, you would think a show like this, you know, maybe, like, you know, oh, maybe they'll try to bring a 1. You know, especially this is their debut. We'll have to see what happens in the long run. But, again, for this debut episode, that's not really that great, okay? Like, here's the thing, though. Like, this could have been a way better rating. Like, I have no problem with CM Punk, like, you know, but it's not like they put enough effort, I feel, that's why they didn't, and that's the thing, they haven't put enough effort to, like, try to make this show must-see. Because when you're doing, and especially, let's be fucking honest here, when you're doing something like this, and you're worrying about fucking focusing on doing some stupid dream match bullshit, when you're focused on doing a show that caters to smarky wrestling fans, where you're trying to do this whole Forbidden Door pay-per-view bullshit, that's why you're not going to get that much of viewership, people. Let's be for real here. And I don't even think that, like, especially what I, you know, seen with this past Dynamite, and we're supposed to care about Collision. I don't even think a lot of people are gonna fucking care about Collision. Let's be for real, like, because it's gonna probably get a little less because that intrigued me. Where CM Punk is back. We gotta see how he's gonna, you know, what he's gonna say or whatever. Like, you already done that. It was not enough, unfortunately, to get a lot of people to watch, and also not just that. It's like, it doesn't feel like you put enough effort, really, to make people care about the entire show. Because let's be fucking honest. First of all, what happened on the entire show? aside from CM Punk, sure, you had Christian Cage, like he was managing Luchasaurus versus Warlow for the TNT title. But then after that, then you did Andrade versus Buddy Matthews or Buddy Murphy. And guess what? No one that was a match that had no story. And who the fuck really cares about this match? It just appeal to Smarks. And they did some stupid match with some women shit, which no one fucking cares about the women. No one cares about women's goddamn wrestling. All the people talk about was Sky Blue's ass or whatever. I mean, I understand the appeal, but let's be honest here. She has kind of like a rat face. You know, I care about the total package, not fucking some... Oh, just she has a big ass. Like, that's like saying some man-face bitch has a big ass. You know what I mean? And they're disgusting. Like, no, thank you. They're not inviting my big black couch unless they got the total package. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess y'all just too easy. You know what I mean? What other stupid match happened? They did some stupid shit. Like, oh, you know, you gotta care about these stupid indie fucks or whatever. Some other stupid matches I don't really remember. And then the main event was the 6-man tag. Which, again... Why should we care about that main event? There's just not really a star power besides CM Punk. Don't even treat me as CM Punk, but really, the 6-man tag, Jay White, who no one fucking knows besides Smarks, and claimed that this guy should be in WWE and blah blah blah. Like, shut the fuck up. Jay White, Juice Robinson, oh, they're fucking Bullet Club Gold, which is no different than NWO Silver, but like the NWO Silver has more credibility than these people. Samoa Joe, who people only know if you like watch TNA and you somewhat for some reason cared about WWE when he was there. They faced CM Punk and FTR. How was that really a big main event that you announced to make people care? Okay? And when I mean like we didn't put that much effort, what I mean by that is like you should have had like more stars on this show. Where was Chris Jericho? Where was Sting? Where was, you know, all these guys that people are like, at least more recognizable? Heck, where was Bryan Danielson? Where was these people? Why not instead, like, you know, to make it big intriguement, why was that the main event? Why couldn't we at least get the main event, like, announced? Like, if you want a big main event to be announced, why isn't MJF versus CM Punk for the world title? If you were to do that as the main event, and I've been saying this on my channel, I've been even saying this on past reviews, that could have been... that itself, that show could have at least get 1 million. It could at least get 1 million. Even though, let's be fucking... For people that are defending... Like, I don't get this. People are defending 800,000 viewers on Friday night and saying... And, you know, that's okay. You have to understand that Saturday night, no matter what, people like to say, oh, people want to go out or whatever. That's not always the case, like, every fucking time. Some people, like, want to stay home and shit like that, right? And if it's something, and besides, if anything, like, you still are at that prime time. You're on prime time. You have to understand that Saturday at 8 o'clock is still prime time television where a lot of people are going to watch television. Okay? They're going to watch television. And many people are going to watch. You know, whatever you fucking do, people are going to fucking watch Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Any wrestling show, or not any wrestling show, anything that's, like, relating to sport, anything cool, a good TV show. If your show was good, if AEW was that good, they would get so many good viewerships. They would get, like, good ratings. But they're not, because they're relying to cater to fucking Smarks. And not just that, they're doing stupid gay smarky indie booking. You have Tony Khan as a fucking mark, who likes to cater to marky fans, or like to do his stupid gay-ass dream matches, where they're not really dream matches. That's why you're not getting ratings, because you're catering to a fucking small bubble. You're catering to weird fucking fans. You're catering to that demographic instead of catering to, like, what should draw in people that are casuals. And I hate that people like to hate on casuals. Like, how the fuck we all became wrestling fans? We all were casuals. Like, the goal should be to try to cater to everybody, make people care. This is even an opportunity to get even some UFC fans to fucking get, like, they remembered CM Punk and shit, even though his credibility has been ruined from that. But, like, at least people will be intrigued of that. Let's see what this guy is doing now. You know what I mean? This is an opportunity. This was an opportunity when he brought Punk and all these guys. This was an opportunity with Collision. Not that I'm saying I hated Collision, but the reality is, it could have been way better and more interesting if you were to make the show intriguing. Like, why not the main event be CM Punk versus MJF for the world title? I understand people are saying they might be planning that for an all-in or all-out show. But yeah, in all honesty, this show could have benefited from from that match being the main event. And that'll be the big match that people would give a fuck about. And maybe, like, you know, what, again, it would all make sense. CM Punk carrying a title in the bag and shit like that. You know, you could have made that, like, whole unification idea in the main event. And then, you know, to keep MJF as champion or whatever the fuck you're gonna do to try to contribute to what next Punk's feud, you could have had Samoa Joe cost him the match or something. You could have done something where, you know, where it could lead to a Punk Joe feud. Where, like, and it will make sense, like, why Punk and Joe have a fucking anger towards each other. Like, who gives a shit about some stupid ROH shit? People are like, oh, because they're a feud of ROH, that's why we should care about this stupid match. And, oh, Punk wants to work with Jay White. Who fucking cares that who he wants to work with? Do shit that makes sense on TV. A story. Okay? Like, you could have easily done where, like, Samoa Joe got paid by MJF to do whatever the fuck. That way it leads to that feud, and that way makes you care about what's going on. Again, that's the problem. This show did not feel like you have to tune into the next Collision. You have to tune into Dynamite. The way the show ended, just ended like a house show. That's the thing. It's more like house show bullshit. That's why Collision, let's be honest here, and especially like how the show was booked and what was announced, it's not going to be that big to make people want to see a Saturday night show. Especially, it doesn't help that, again, given that AEW Dynamite, it has been moved to, like, Saturdays during the NBA fucking games, right? The NBA Finals or whatever. It was moved to Saturday nights where they had to do Saturday night shows. And guess what? They still struggle with viewership. So you already had a disadvantage, and you wonder why you were not getting good viewership, because you're honestly not booking a show where it should be intriguing to be must-see on Saturday nights. That's the problem. Sure, let's be honest here, the first Collision was only intriguing because, oh, it's going to be Return of Punk, let's see what's going to happen. Am I really going to care now that, you know, he's back now? Okay, he's back. It's not like he was on fucking Dynamite. It's like, whatever, I mean, no mind. It's just like, wow, why should we really care about fucking, you know, Collision now that we know he's back? He's kind of doing the same shit, like, you know, he's kind of doing the same shit since he's been back. Okay? Like, and especially with this whole bill, with fucking this whole stupid Forbidden Door bullshit, how am I really intrigued of the show? You know what I mean? Yes, sure, this is the first episode. Will it improve in the future? The only way it will improve if they try to do like a fake pay-per-view special. But the thing is, this Saturday Night Collision should at least be a pay-per-view-esque type of show every week. It's Saturday. It should be like Saturday Night Main Event where you do such the big matches. You have Dynamite be built, do certain things, and you build it all to like Collision where it does the big matches, right? Like you could, why not do MJF versus Cole for the world title on Collision? That could have been something too to make even the Smarky fans care. I don't fucking know. Like you are at this could have been an opportunity. Do the big matches, have the big stars on the show. This is what a show. That's what Collision should be. Obviously, advanced stories. But, and like be like a little continuation of Dynamite or whatever. But the main thing, it should be a big fucking show feel. Where you do big matches, big story, big things going on in Collision. It should be like Saturday Night Main Event. It should be. The thing is, what I remember about Saturday Night Main Event though is like Saturday Night Main Event was like only like once in a few month type of deal. Or like, you know, once in a month type of thing. It was not like every week, I believe, with Saturday Night Main Event. That's what if memory serves me right. But, you know, that was the beauty. Like, but now you're doing every week. That, you know, every week should at least try to feel big time. It could probably get old. That's the problem. That's what's the big disadvantage too. And plus, like, here's the thing. This whole bullshit that, oh, it's summertime. People want to go out. That's just a bunch of bullshit. If anything, people go out after like 10 o'clock, okay? If they're going to go out at 9 out of town, okay? That's what I know from people, especially from my case scenario. People are going to still be home at 8 trying to get ready, all right? This is an opportunity. Your opportunity is to try to make people care about Collision from 8 o'clock to 10. Try to stay in a little bit, and then that way people will go out right after that. That's what wrestling's supposed to be. Same thing with Friday night with SmackDown. When SmackDown was cool, even back in the day. Honestly, for people saying, sure, SmackDown gets good ratings because it's on a primetime TV, but at least it has like people that people care about. It does have the bloodlines shit going on. It has Roman Reigns and whatever. That's why people are gonna give a fuck about SmackDown. But it ain't fucking compared as like back in the day. That's the thing, people. You have to understand that this is all a joke. Every rating nowadays is a joke with fucking WWE and AEW. They're all a joke because this is bullshit. This whole ratings bullshit is fucking bullshit. And even the ratings war between WWE fans and AEW fans. Let's be fucking for real here. Both shows suck and suffering with ratings. Like, these are not ratings you would get back in the Attitude Era. Fucking back in the Attitude Era, fucking ratings were like through the roof. Because like wrestling was actually good. Not just popular, but good. It ain't good. It ain't a great time to be a wrestling fan. And let's be honest here, AEW Collision does prove that. Same thing with Dynamites. Like, because it's like how wrestling is mostly nowadays. Like smarky indie bullshit. And the ratings reflect that. It's not really that good. It's not engaging. It's not intriguing. It's not going to keep people really watching. It's only going to like, okay, Punk is there. Alright, I'm going to move on. That's what basically what Collision was, really. Okay? That's what it was. When fucking Punk came in, after that, I fucking stopped caring. I just lost my computer, and I was like, what, trying to keep involved, like, see what's going on, because I have to review it, but I wasn't that intrigued of the show. That's what it was. The only thing was Punk. Let's be for real. But now that he's gone, and now he's back, and it's like, what's even announced for Collision? They seem like they do the same fucking shit, but it's not like him being talking, whatever. It's like another tag match. Like, who should really care? Okay? And honestly, you can't rely just on Punk, Let's be honest here. If you were to do a wrestling show, like, if you were to dedicate Collision to be, like, former WWE guys, maybe the show could get more viewership, maybe. And maybe it wouldn't, but, like, the thing, because that's just, at least people know these people. That's the thing. You haven't really bothered to make people care about all the guys you have now. You're just relying on all these people from WWE and also fucking these people from AEW's homegrown people. You haven't even done showcased who they are and their characters, and that's why they're not really engaging. That's why no one cares about these homegrown AEW people, aside from maybe MJF. Okay. I don't know. That's all I have to say. With this whole Collision viewership. And the summertime is coming. They might even get lower ratings now that like. When you got shit to do, why should you even stay home? It's not intriguing that I want to get home to watch this shit. That's what wrestling is now. You're not going to go out of your way to fucking finish what you're doing during the summertime or whatever and stay home. And again, that's just an excuse. Oh, it's summertime. That's bullshit. Explain back in the day when wrestling was good. Like, people, you're going to say fucking back in the days when the summertime, people were just staying home and we're not staying home to watch wrestling? Or getting home early to watch wrestling? That's bullshit. It just goes to show that wrestling sucks now, people. Come on. Get it through your fucking head. Quality over quantity, people. But again, quantity is very important. Like, in terms of quantity, like, you need a lot of people to watch your show to indicate that your show is quality. That's what the TV, how TV works. When you're not having a lot of people watching, you're gonna fucking get canceled, just like Young Rock with, The Rock show. The Rock is the biggest star in the world. Isn't that fun? Isn't that crazy? Like a wrestler himself become a big star, but guess what? AEW, fucking Young Rock failed because not really that. I guess an intriguing TV show, and he's not exciting time. I don't know, just whatever. It wasn't intriguing enough to make people care to watch the show. And let's be honest, I don't even think people care about wrestling anymore to even care about watching that show. That's the problem, too. That's because, like, wrestling's not that hot anymore, man. It's not that intriguing. It's terrible. People like, pro wrestling, that's still a thing. Is Cena still there wrestling? Like, that's how people are, man. Just how it is. Overall, AEW Collision, a joke, man. Not a joke. It just started. But again, like, for what's gonna happen in a few months, people, like, can we just admit that, like, it's not gonna probably be intriguing? You're already at a big disadvantage anyways, and especially, like, honestly, this could have been an opportunity if you make people try to care and you do intriguing television. Why aren't we even, like, fuck, to make people intrigued about the entire show? What are the big storylines? Why not even already be building up to Omega Young Bucks versus Punk? You know, why not do stuff that make people care about this shit? Why don't you, like, just like what Russo said, when he did, like, again, like or not, again, I do think Vince Russo gets a bad reputation for no reason, because, like, Smarks hate this guy, he craps about Smarks. But Vince Russo had a brilliant idea. Him and Dr. Chris Featherstone in Sports Keto, they did a YouTube video where they talk about how you make people care about AEW Collision and CM Punk. You recreate the media scrum. Make people care about that, do stuff, and that way you could do stuff, you know, make it, and that way you can make Collision intriguing. You gotta make people care about a Collision with good stories going on and doing the biggest matches possible. But I'm sorry, a match like Andrade versus Buddy Matthews is not that intriguing to make people care, okay? It's not. It's not. You have to have guys like MJF there. You have to basically make Collision kind of like a SmackDown, but in a way a little mix of a Saturday Night Main Event type of deal. That's what it should be. And Dynamite could be your basically little Raw, but like, I'm not saying obviously like don't make Dynamite big time. You have to make it big, but it's gotta, like, you know, it gotta, like, they gotta build off of each other and make people care. But if you're gonna do big matches like a world title match, more so that has to happen on Collision, because again, it's Saturday night, it's a big time slot, it's a big show, it's on Saturday night. You gotta make people care about that show. People want to go out, well, guess what? You want to make people stay home and watch. You gotta make people care, but that's not gonna happen in modern wrestling. That's the thing, okay? Let's be honest here. That's why they're not gonna get that good ratings, because it's not that intriguing to show. I'm not saying obviously doing, like, not do title matches on Dynamite, like MJF defending his title if sometimes, but it's gotta be like, you gotta build up to make shit sense, okay? Just basically like look what happened back when shows like the Attitude or fucking Ruthless Aggression eras, like, you know, like shit, like when even when Saturday Night Main Event wasn't even a thing, when they brought it back a few times in the 2000s, how you made people care about each show, like Raw and SmackDown Main Event. I don't know. It just, in the end of the day, man, this show goes to prove that Punk is not that big of a draw to bring in even a 1 million viewership. It's just how it is. Maybe if you brought in a lot of people, announce bigger matches, like, come on here. Who the fuck's gonna ship up Buddy Matthews and fucking, you know, again, like or not, no one really knows Luchasaurus as compared to Christian Cage. If we were to do instead maybe Christian Cage versus Wardlow, and you were to do a ladder match on that show, then people would care. Maybe the fucking Double or Nothing, instead that show should have had a regular match, and then you do the rematch on this show. If it was a ladder match, then people were like, oh yeah, wow, ladder match? Oh, I'm watching that. You know what I mean? A ladder match, fucking world title match with MJF and Punk. You know, again, based on her backstory too. Like, come on here. Like, imagine you were to do Jericho and Sting the same night. You know? That itself would probably, in a way, brought the show a little bit up to even 900 people. 900,000 people. Maybe. If you were to do big, intriguing television. Just how it is. But again, you know, yeah, let's do all these stupid matches. Let's have the main event Jay White. Like, fuck off. And really, that's the main event? Then that's... Get out of here. Anyways, that's AEW's Collision viewership. Their first debut show fucking viewership, which was a 816,000 viewership, and then people fucking legit pretending this is you know, on a Saturday night in the summertime, that's an amazing number. Like, you legit got fucking people. I'm not kidding. You got people commenting saying that, you know, that's a great number. That's a great number. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see it properly, but on a Saturday night in the summertime, I mean, technically it's not even summertime. I mean, it's summertime now, but it's not like fucking summertime yet. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see this. On a Saturday night in the summertime, that's an amazing number. And this is like, okay, you can see this on Wrestling 24. The Facebook page, Wrestling 24. I don't even know if people can see it, but I would say that's a pretty good rating for a Saturday night during the summertime being on cable TV. That's bullshit, man. Come on. This is a show compared to primetime TV. I believe that Saturday Night Live gets more ratings than this. And Saturday Night is actually a show that's been around. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's fucking Saturday Night Collision's first episode viewership. Not that intriguing, people. It's real. It's not good number, people. It's really not. Come on, just like Dynamite's number, like when they usually do Dynamites. Again, it doesn't help. Like literally, people say Punk is a draw. What I mean by like when I talk about CM Punk, people say Punk is a draw. If that's the case, then why was it when Punk came back and been on AEW television for like the entire year up until the media scrums issue from All Out 2022? That entire year from returning to wrestling, returning to in AEW, his debut in AEW, up until to fucking AEW All Out 2022. How is it that the ratings were basically the same? That they were like under 1 million, really? And the only time they would get 1 million if they fucking announced like this is AEW fucking Bash at the Beach or some fake pay-per-view on TV, you know? And they were announced that probably a match that they could do on pay-per-view but happen on TV, like only like in that sort of scenario. Like, how is it that CM Punk, like literally, even when he was on TV, the show still got the same viewership? And that's because like he's not really that big of a draw, people. I'm not saying he's like not a draw, but again, he's only a draw to these indie fans. That's literally it. That's only these Smarky fans. That's it. That is it. So there you go. Punk was not enough to bring 1 million. The show wasn't really that great anyways, and was that intriguing to make people care about 1 million? Again, what does that tell you? Because AEW is proven to not be that great of a show to make people care. And who knows? Maybe they're going to stop putting effort. They stop putting effort to Rampage. Will they really care about Collision? I don't fucking know. But hopefully, yes, I'm not saying that I want to see like this show fail, but again, based on what I recommended, like that's how fucking shit should have been. Maybe if like let's say if MJF Punk was to happen instead, you were to do Christian and Wardlow in the ladder match instead of that show. Fucking Jericho and Sting, I would probably be more intrigued to watch that show, and I would probably say the show was fucking great. You know what I mean? And I guarantee you a lot of people would fucking say that, and that way people would probably have watched that show even more. But sadly, the show was not that intriguing to make people care to watch that show, aside from Punk. Okay? And even like what? These are the 800,000 people. This was Punk's supposed second coming return, and he still got that viewership. What does that tell you? What does that tell you about the show in general? It's supposed to highlight CM Punk. I don't know. Collision, sure, it's the first show, but again, we talked about this with Dynamite. Dynamite, fucking, even though it started with 1 million, but then they went down, people. They went fucking down. And the only best they can get is like 800. This is literally just a Dynamite. Come on, Wednesdays are fucking boring, and then you're gonna fucking make people care about Wednesday Night Dynamite. It's no different, and this is like, it's supposed to be a Saturday show. Come on, you should at least try to be good in both shows and try to be intriguing. I don't know, whatever. I'm just rambling at this point. Overall, I'm just have to say, like, this is not good, people. And for people are claiming this is good for a Saturday night in the summertime, what if it was a winter time, people? What if it was the fucking winter? Would you say, it's okay? I swear, y'all hypocrites, man. Like, this is the problem. Y'all are hypocrites. And if you're using that as a fucking excuse, you're fucking retarded. And again, knowing that, like, these people, again, why would you care that, if it's the summertime? Like, it's not, most cases, AEW wrestling fans are not going out on a Saturday night. They're gonna stay home and fucking just watch wrestling all the fucking time, because they're that type of people. And they're supposed to be the only people that are watching wrestling. And then you're gonna say that they go out for Saturday, they go on a Saturday? That's a bunch of BS, okay? Let's be for real here. So that's the viewership. Not really good, okay? Let's be honest. It's not good. Stop fucking saying shit is good when it's not good. Stop defending it. If it's bad, it's bad. It's a bad viewership, people. Just because you're a fan for this doesn't mean you have to defend it. Say it's not good viewership. It's not good. That's what I say. People just keep real. Get your games closed. Make me spy, miss bitches go. Oh shit. That's what I say. Till next time. Peace. Yeah. Bye.